Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Maria, I'm a classical pianist, and today I'm going to be reacting to some popular piano hacks videos. So basically how to sound like a pro pianist without putting in days, months, years, decades into perfecting your craft. Since I didn't have these videos growing up, I actually spent decades perfecting my craft. So let's see if I could have shaven a few years off. Let's jump right in.
What's up, my piano friends? Today I'm going to show you 3 fake piano skills you can learn in 2 minutes or less that will instantly make you sound pro. And my hope is you have so much fun learning these that afterward you actually want to learn piano for real. All right, so skill number 1 is called the tear.
I'm glad he said for real. Just going to put that out there. Let's continue.
All you got to do is find 2 black notes and put your thumb to the note to the left of the 2 black notes. And then count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and put your pinky here. So now you have your thumb and your pinky. And all you're gonna do is play these 2 notes over and over. And that's all you're gonna do for your right hand the entire video. Then for your left hand, all you do is find 2 more black notes, go 1 to the left, and you're gonna put your thumb here. And again, we can count down 5 notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can play any of these 5 notes at the same time you're playing your right hand. And it's always going to sound good.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually true. It will sound good. Let me explain the theory behind it a little bit. So the reason it always sounds so good is because basically all of these notes in the left hand can be included with the right hand notes to make a chord that actually sounds pretty good. So right hand C and G, that's an open interval. It's not assuming any chord. So C and G can be a C major chord. It can be an A minor 7th chord. If you add the A. If you add the F, it's going to be a C sus4 chord, which also sounds good. What else do we have? If we add a B, then it's also a type of suspension. So basically, yeah, anything you play in the left hand is going to sound pretty good. You can also add extra notes in the right hand. I can't believe I'm doing this. To add some extra pizzazz if that's what you want. I mean, obviously these hacks are for people who've never played the piano before. Although I must say, my student was recently asking me if she could have an easier piece to impress her peers with that wouldn't be as much practice as the current one she's learning. So this is a popular thought among at least young piano players or maybe beginner piano players, because it's really a lot of work to get the basics down if you don't practice regularly, if you don't put in at least an hour or 2 a day when you first get started. The tricky part about this is keeping it all steady, because piano playing is not just knowing which notes to press, but also developing that coordination between the 2 hands so that one hand can stay very steady while the other one kind of freely does whatever. Because if your rhythm is not there, if the pulse is not there, the piece is not going to sound pro. It's actually going to sound like you made it up on the spot. So just fun fact. Let's take a look at the heart melter.
All right, so for skill number 2, the heart melter, again, you're going to find 2 black notes and go 1 to the left. So 2 black notes, 1 to the left. This time, we're going to put our left pinky here, and we're going to count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and our right thumb goes here. Now, all we're going to do this time is we're going to alternate pinky, thumb, over and over. And as we're doing that, we can play any white note on the entire keyboard with our right hand, and it's always going to sound good. Check this out.
Yeah, so you need coordination to be able to play C, G, C, G, C, G, C, G. So I'm not really sure what kind of pianist this is for. If it's for a beginner, I've taught a lot of beginners. Most beginners are not able to play that fast because they start to play, with fingers only. You need that rotation to have that quick motion. Also, even notes is something that pro pianists take for granted. I'm sure the pianist making these videos has some type of formal education. So I know that's a little bit of a downfall that like us pros tend to make, especially when we're presenting things to beginner pianists. Is like we take a few things for granted. So those are already a little bit trickier for somebody who knows nothing about the piano. Yeah, some syncopation there in the rhythm. So the other thing that doesn't really make sense about like these tutorials, like if you're so musically gifted that you can play syncopations without noting musical notation, have the running notes. Maybe the right hand rhythm is like double timing the rhythm in the left hand, etc. Like all these complex musical ideas, which there are lots of people who are musically gifted and don't have notation, but at least like they know what C is. You know what I mean? So why the oversimplification in certain aspects and then not simplifying it in others, or at least not saying that you need to have a really steady beat or something like that.
Now, at this point, your friends are going to think that you're an absolute wizard on piano, but guess what? It gets even better. Because if you take your left hand and you shift it down 2 notes, so 1, 2, you can play these 2 notes and any note in your right hand and the white notes.
So in pro terms, you're modulating to the relative minor, right? So I have mixed feelings about these tutorials. Obviously, I'm all for people learning how to play piano, no matter how they choose to learn to play piano. But like obviously as a pro trained classical pianist, there are just so many things that you could learn, like theory wise, in between, that could make your piano experience so much more enjoyable, so you understand what's going on at the piano. Even going back to piano form, he has good form, which makes me think he probably has some formal education of the piano. Okay, let's check one out from Pianote. I've seen a lot of them on Instagram lately. They've been popping up on my feed. I think I might have even seen this exact video. Let's try.
I'm going to teach you how to fake being awesome at the piano. So my secret hope is that you're going to get addicted to the piano after this, and you're going to realize how fun and easy it is to play, and then you're going to dive into a lifelong pursuit of learning.
I love that. That's what I was saying, is like these tutorials should just be an introductory piano experience so that you want to dive further into it and explore more. So I'm glad she said that at the very beginning. I completely agree. Now let's jump into the tutorial.
Make a shape with our right hand. We're going to take our thumb and we're going to place it on C, which is right here. Only going to press down my 1 and my 5. So it sounds like this. So that's actually C and G, and that's all you have to do with your right hand.
I wonder how many of these tutorials are, I mean, they probably all either have to be based on the F sharp major pentatonic scale, so like all black keys, or D sharp minor or E flat minor pentatonic scale, or C major A minor, right? Basically, that pretty much covers it. Anything else, all white keys or all black keys, anything else would already be too complex, I think.
And then with your left hand, all you need to do is explore. So step 1 kind of looks a little like this. I'm going to keep this going. I'm just going to press any white key that strikes my fancy.
Already got some octaves going in there, so already adding some complexity.
I'm playing 2 white keys.
Could you tell you can't just learn piano in like 2 seconds? I feel like I'm being too mean. Am I being too mean? Let me know in the comments.
And then I can just move my hand around, creating that shape anywhere I like.
She's saying anywhere I like, but if you actually do anywhere you like, it won't sound like what she's playing. She's playing a famous chord progression. It's 1, 5, 6, 3. So as long as you stick to the chords that sound good, then it's going to be good. Maybe, you know what, I'm kind of starting to change my mind a little bit about this. This could be a good ear training exercise at the same time. So kind of trying to figure out that, like, say, BF, B doesn't sound too good together with the C and the G. But just thinking a little bit in terms of a piano teacher, I think this would be a great activity for like introductory lessons when the finger is already moving a little bit, with some exercises or something like that, but the note reading isn't quite there to play cool sounding pieces yet. So you could practice a little bit of improv as well. I think these are all good elements of music making to have in your toolkit in general. Okay, I'm trying to find a tutorial that doesn't just include the white keys. I don't know if this is going to be a troll or not, but let's see. Yep, there we go. So E flat minor pentatonic. right? I love that this is a 40-second video, because all of these hacks really, like, the piano is a great instrument to fake all this stuff on visually. Like, they're all grouped together in terms of what would sound good potentially. Obviously, these are not the only combinations of keys that would sound good together. There's 12 different keys times major, minor, plus blues scale. So there's like an insane amount of different sets of keys that would sound good together, or tonalities, scales, whatever you want to call them. But I think, was it Horowitz that said piano is the easiest instrument to learn but the hardest to master? Something like that. But it's definitely a beginner-friendly instrument. That's true. Real pianists can see through all that. But it doesn't mean you can't do it. It doesn't mean you can't have a little bit of fun. But look, I'm trying to think outside the box a little bit. If you're going to great lengths to fake your piano skills to somebody, you clearly have an interest in piano and you should take lessons. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think anybody's going to fight me on that. Or at least get like an app like Flowkey. And you can check out my review of Simply Piano and Flowkey if you want to get started with that. Obviously, the classical route would give you a more well-rounded understanding. Like, I was able to identify what scale this is from. That's just my 2 cents. Let's do one more. These kill me.
Piano tutorials in 2021 don't make sense. For example, so this is how you play Stay by the Kid Leroy. Hit like and subscribe if this tutorial was very helpful.
Oh my gosh, this is good. This is good. We're on the same page. I'm glad I'm not the only person who feels this way. So I think that's good for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I actually found that very fun. I enjoyed that. If you want to recommend any other videos for me to react to, be sure to leave them in the comments. But if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to watch some more of my videos, you can do that right here. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.